and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. Last time we did a ton of side quests, and now we're entering the Temple of Chocolates, which has ice physics. What? This floor is made out of ice. Be careful not to fall and freeze your backside to the floor, Link. Wow, thanks for the encouraging words. Okay, so puzzles involving ice are not exactly things that people like to see in video games. If you play Pokemon, you will be familiar with this kind of concept and will probably hate it. Sliding ice blocks in strategic patterns, in other words. Do that, and there's gotta be something under here, right? Off-screen I did get more, figurines, so that's why repeat count is slightly off. I like to do that off-screen just because it's boring as heck. Actually, no. No, we're gonna wait on that. There's something we can actually do, but we will wait and save it for a little bit later. Flip this switch, and voila, we have a beam of light. So, where does that potentially go? Hey, the sunlight's shining through it. Ah, it's so nice and warm, I can feel myself starting to defrost again. Good for you, Eslo. Good for you. So now we can actually drop in here. And we are where we just were. So... looks like something is frozen inside this block of ice. Like, why don't you give it a look? Oh, okay. It's weird how cutscenes stop your momentum, but then you immediately get it back as the cutscene ends. So we got the first key. That's pretty straightforward. No need to explain what we need that for. Since we just passed by a door that we could use the key for. Over here. And dodge all the pots. Open the door, duck inside. This is actually one of those rare temples in this game that I actually remember really, really well. Because, like I've said before, I don't have the best memory of everything in this game, but I actually have a pretty good memory of this game. I mean, of this level in particular. Like, I know it pretty okay. Except for these stupid puzzles. I don't know these at all. Okay, I think I have an idea, but I don't know if I... Is that the boss key? If so, if that's the boss key, then that's kind of like overkill. Fascinating. Okay, I'm gonna give this puzzle one try, and if we don't, we'll just go back up and do it the right way. Yes, there's a right and wrong way to do this. Rolling really doesn't help you here. Let's try... So if I slide it there, I'll hit that. Aha! Aha! I think I actually have it. Slide this up. And slide this one left. And then this one down, I think? Again, I'm going off of memory here, which is terrible. But I think this might be it, actually. If not, I will have come really close for nothing. Push this here, up, and then right, and this should unfreeze the key. And we have the boss key already. I don't think that's really intended, but we have it. Yeah, you might as well just get it now. Wow, that actually went well for a change. Get in the door, Link. Okay, ice physics are not really my preferred method of transit. Maybe you are supposed to do this really early on, but it just feels weird because it feels like sequence breaking getting the boss key like really early on. I know it's called the big key. I just always call it the boss key because, well, bad memory mostly. So I'm like really suspicious of what's going on because we have the boss key, the boss door is right here. So what the heck is going on in this dungeon? Like, are we already at the boss? Oh, I remember. Hey, well done, Link. This looks to be the element, alright. What will we do? We can't even touch it while it's trapped in that ice. We need to melt it off somehow. So this is basically, you get to the thing really early on, but you can't do anything about it. That looks like a giant Octorok. So that's probably a bad sign. Let's check down here first, just because I'm curious. And it looks like my curiosity paid off, because we have the map now. Go back up. I realize there's much to say about this area, to be honest. It's pretty straightforward. What's also weird that there's like water because it's like frozen on the top floor, so why is it not frozen in here? Best not to ask too many questions in this Zelda game. Again, there's a joke that most questions in Nintendo games can just be answered by because Nintendo logic. Okay, swim over here, we got a locked door, can't do anything there. Do we push... Oh, I got it. Which actually brings up an interesting point, actually, that in Pokemon there's actually a move called Rock Climb. It brings up the point that a lot of characters in Nintendo games aren't actually strong enough to like do simple things like climbing a wall. Yes, we were supposed to do that. Just saying. So over here, we have a stone tablet. That's suspicious. The way forward is hidden in the bottom of the pot. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually, now. So dive, and you get a key. So... I don't mean to keep diving constantly. Can't actually go that way, because Link can't, like, climb in this game, because it's 2D. So we just gotta go forward back to where we were, which involves some mountain climbing. Link's in good shape, apparently. When he has like a Goron ring, or bracelet, I don't remember what it actually was. It was like a power ring or something. So we have to go this way. I guess we can go in this door. I don't know if there's actually a set order for which door you have to go into. Most Zelda dungeons are pretty flexible when it comes to this kind of thing, just because you can't afford. I did not mean to press select, or in this case Y. So this is the main gimmick of the Temple Droplets, which is actually sad because it doesn't even have its own gimmick. Okay, we're back up here. Now we can actually go around. We actually need to do this. It may feel a bit like unnecessary, but this is actually required. And this is something I've been experiencing a lot lately, is my Game Boy cart being unplugged. Yeah, the Game Boy Player is like 10 years old, so be right back. And we're back. So basically I did a little bit of research and discovered it's a contact issue between the cartridge and the Game Boy Player. So that's what generally causes that kind of thing, so I guess probably I'll have to clean the system later. That's probably what that means. If it happens again, I'll just, I don't know, take a break. Okay, so we basically are back where we were roughly. So we can actually go down here, down the waterfall. I forgot to get the map on this run since I had to replay dungeon, so I'll just get that later. So we're now down here. This is a little bit tricky because you have to do this. Yeah, the map really isn't important. I mean, this dungeon is pretty straightforward. There aren't even any pieces of heart as far as I'm aware, making it one of the very few dungeons in the game where there isn't a piece of heart. So, yeah, have an anomalous area. Okay, push this down, we can actually just keep moving this way. Well, that was unsuccessful. And we're back to an ice part. So we have Gust Jar. I'm not sure if that's really a good option for an item. Yeah, you can kind of cheese it through the blocks, which I would actually recommend doing, just for the sake of ease. Okay, that, and then this is actually harder than it looks with ice physics. And we only did a 2-cycle that time. I think it's just because our sword does so much more damage because we leveled up more. This is harder than it looks because of ice. So take out this one as well. And these. Because you have to be really well lined up with it, and it's easier said than done to line up with something when you have ice physics. Are these like all useless? Oh wow, you can actually get them from behind the blocks, that's good to know. I can't check the map, see if there's any like bombable walls. This is probably the compass. Yep. We'll probably get the fire rod in here or some equivalent if I recall correctly, and also just basic intuition. Take you out. Go up here. See what's up here. Wow, weird hit detection there on that entry. Well, obviously we should hit this just because we're here, but I think we have to go left first. No, we don't need to go left first because we can't. Yeah, this is generally, in my opinion, one of the easier dungeons. Like, for some reason, I don't get lost in this one very often. Not to say I don't get lost in it, it's just very often being the key phrase here. Okay, up. Ooh, I was trying to mash the button, but it didn't work. Oh good, we have this puzzle. Basically, this is like the other puzzle, but on steroids, where we have to push a bunch of blocks to all land on the switches. Just give me a moment to look it over. I think we have to go down. This is the only block that's like really lined up with another one, so assuming that's right. And the sucky part is if you actually screw this up, then you have to actually do a lot of backtracking to reset it, so try to get it done on the first try. Don't just start pushing blocks, because yeah, that can only end one of two ways, with you either getting it by happenstance or by having to redo the entire puzzle. So I would not recommend the latter option. Harder than it looks to take out pots on a icy surface because of all the ice physics. So much ice. So yeah. Go this way, because why the heck not? It's on the way. And this was actually completely useless, because we don't have the item yet. So I'll have to get the dungeon map off screen, probably. I'll also probably... there's also something else I want to get that I forgot to do before the beginning of the temple. Because you actually... there is this thing that's really important to get. Not really important, but just sort of... it's good to have it, sort of. Get off here, and we are in a dark room. Link, where are you? Are you still there under me? It's so dark I can't see my beak in front of my face. Watch your step. I don't want you to trip over anything. As Eslo implies, yeah, you can actually fall here. So be careful. Slugs falling from the sky. That's totally normal. All day's work for Link. We don't need that rupee, we're rich. Okay, this is the boss area? Yeah, it is. Or a boss area. I don't know if it's the mini-boss. If this is the mini-boss, this would kind of suck, because we already fought these guys to get the flippers. Yeah, the amount of side quests after this dungeon are going to be ridiculous, so brace yourself for that, I should also point out. Also, here's the thing, this is technically a water temple, and yet this is like the easiest water temple ever. I just wanted to point that out. It's kind of off-puttingly easy compared to most water temples in Zelda games. Like, Twilight Princess's Lakebed Temple is like way worse in this game. You go up. And we're actually back on the overworld because, yeah, I forgot to get something. Basically, if you go over here, you can actually go up this ladder and take you out. Can I do anything with that tree? No. Okay. Go in here and you actually have a piece of heart. Voila! And we have another master to talk to. Wave Blade. So his technique is kind of like one of those that would be better if it came early in the game. Because it's the parallel beam, which means if you have like a quarter heart or one heart left, you will like have a sword beam, which is like the opposite of most Zelda sword beams. It's like the complete opposite. In the old games, it was always if you have full health, then you have a sword beam. So it's really useless. Besides, we're at like max health, so we're not gonna get that low ever. The only time we may potentially see the sword beam again is probably the final boss, but even that's kind of a long shot. But anyway, we got that, so now we can head back into the dungeon. So we got another piece of heart. That's good. Oh man, we have so many pieces of heart to get after the next dungeon. It's insane how many are left. Because there's only, I think, one more regular dungeon, so all of the other... So we have like 2 heart containers and like a lot of pieces of heart. Like, so 5 hearts, so like 20. Okay, push this switch and... Wow, this is not budging. Huh. Oh, down here. This, and now we can push the big lever. And shine a light on this thing. That only opens up half of it though, so approximately half. But hey, we cleared the other path. Of course, sunlight. Once we get some sunlight and to melt the ice, the element will be as good as ours. Okay. Dash over here. Slowly slide. And I think that's a good place to actually stop, so... Where am I? Oh. Next time on The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap, we will be journeying on and deeper into the Temple of Droplets. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap.